Bucky, aka the Winter Soldier, has been a dominant force in Marvel Rivals for quite a long time. Pretty much a duelist that feels like he can win the entire match on his own with the right tools. His utility and frontline pressure still make him extremely efficient when played correctly. My name is Doug Films, and today we're looking at a more new and improved Winter Soldier guide. We're going to be talking about exactly how to carry ranked games on Bucky, from his role in fights to his abilities, combos, and of course, win conditions. And if you find this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, do me a favor, like the video. It lets me know that you want to see this type of content. And if you're excited to see more Marvel Rivals content again, make sure to also like the video as well. But that's enough yapping from me. Let's dive straight into the guide. Let's go ahead and first give a deep dive on his playstyle and his actual role specification. Now, in most hero shooters, some of your duelist or DPS characters are split into a few different categories. You have characters that are your bruisers, your dive assassins, your pokers. You get the idea. You've heard this time and time again. Now, Bucky, in my opinion, is counted as a frontline bruiser DPS. His job is to play near his tanks, pressure the enemy frontline, and displace key targets, especially tanks, using his Bionic Hook. Similar to that of Wolverine or even Angela, Bucky creates advantages by pulling enemies out of position and forcing uneven fights. He really shouldn't be played like a character like Psylocke or other flank-heavy duelists because that's just not him. While off-angling can work situationally, Bucky gets the most value by staying near his frontline, where his hook, AoE damage, and bonus health all shine. He's one of those duelists just similar to Namor, who's excellent at peeling against divers like Black Panther, Psylocke, or any other diving duelist or diving vanguard. Bucky can dash them away, slow them down, and completely shut down their engage. If you play Bucky with your tanks, pressure shields, and convert hooks into picks, you'll consistently find a ton of value. Now, as it is a deep guide about this character, we have to talk about his abilities and give you all the stats applied with it. His primary attack is Rodestern, or however you pronounce it, not entirely sure, but it's a blaster that fires 3 projectile shots that explode on impact. The big key points about this is that it's not a hit scan and you must lead your shots when it comes to range. They're relatively fast projectiles, but they still can be predictive of knowing where they're going to be ending up. Now, the big numbers. It's 75 damage on direct hit, and 65 explosion damage in a 5-meter cone. So it does have AoE damage, a little bit less than a direct hit, about 10 less. So when enemies are in some type of corridor or choke, spamming your shots is a big deal of maxing your damage value. Now, another big number, it does 150 damage per headshot, allowing 2 taps onto squishies, which is a pretty big deal. Now, being able to 2-tap squishies is a pretty big deal. Another big important note is that if you hit a target directly, they do not take the explosion damage as well. They only take the one form of damage, being the direct hit, and not the 2 shots essentially. Now, in terms of a damage fall off, it starts around 20 meters and it caps at 40 meters. It drops to 60% damage. This AoE makes Bucky very strong in cluster fights and of course chokes. Following that, we come to his ammo and ability synergy. Bucky's magazine is small, but any ability instantly refills your ammo, hit or miss. This enables a ton of different combos. A headshot followed into a uppercut into a melee kills a 250 HP target. A hook into a headshot into a dash kills 275 HP targets. Because of this, Bucky plays similarly to Roadhog, pull target in and delete them up close. While between each and every ability, you're always wanting to weave shots into it. Following that, let's talk a little bit about his passive Ceaseless Charge. So every ability grants temporary bonus health. The team up plus 30, hook or energy ball, which is the Trooper's Fist or whatever, is plus 40 HP. The dash and ultimate is plus 50 HP. This allows Bucky to briefly reach 380 HP, making him incredibly hard to remove in frontline fights. Now, you should never waste abilities for shields, but knowing his passive exists lets you play a lot more aggressively when needed. And you can easily rotate all of your abilities to maintain a high amount of HP regardless of the situation at hand. Now, if you feel like you're about to get dove or you feel like you're just about to die, there's nothing wrong with popping a extra ability just in case for that split second of little HP to maybe potentially carry you on to the next life and maybe you live to see another day. Now, Bionic Hook is Bucky's secondary ability, and this is what really and truly makes him special and unique, and probably why he's such an important asset to your team. So his hook is a 12-second cooldown. You can charge up to 20 meters. It has a rather forgiving cone hitbox, and it can hook multiple targets or multiple enemies at stun. It applies a micro stun, and it also allows repositioning after hit. You can drag hooked enemies behind cover of shields, cutting off healing and protection. This also lets you cancel ultimates like Doctor Strange, Loki, Star-Lord, all with good timing. The best practice and the best tip is to pressure shields first, then charge your hook as they're about to break, and when the shield drops, hook immediately for a free pick. This is the beginning of how you just snowball on a character like Winter Soldier. Then let's go ahead and talk about Trooper's Fist. So it has a cooldown of 12 seconds. It deals 90 damage. It works through shields, and you can pull and displace multiple enemies. You want to use it for finishing targets, mobility, crowd control, and peeling divers. You never want to dash blindly into the front line unless you're securing an elimination, because you will get focused immediately. Winter Soldier is one of those characters that, for the most part, nowadays, people understand if that character gets rolling and snowballing, he needs to be shut down as quickly as possible. And moving on to his Tainted Voltage ability, it's a 6-second cooldown with 2 charges. It does 55 damage, 35% slow, it pierces, and it knockdowns flyers. So pretty much, if for whatever reason, if a ton of hit scan characters are banned in your comp play and Bucky's open, he can do pretty good at anti-flyer. Now, this is honestly your best tool for poking, farming ult, reloading your gun, and setting up hooks. You don't want to waste it into shields, but you want to time it when shields drop to slow enemies and force mistakes. Then let's talk about his ultimate, Kraken Impact. It deals 80 damage when you land and hit someone with it. It applies a 15% culling debuff. That's the execution range. Then it kills grants ultimate reset. Pretty self-explanatory. You hear it again. Now you have 8-second window to chain the cast. Your goal is not flashy multi-kills, but your goal should be to secure a pick, stay alive, and honestly snowball the fight. Usually people like to go in and try to eliminate, the entire enemy team. But honestly, when you would really dumb it down to a smaller level, going for that one elimination, getting that guaranteed elimination, going to the next person, that's all about it. It's not going for the flashy play, the TikTok play. It's just honestly trying to get that one-man advantage at the minimum. Now, tanks are higher value cold targets, but only if your team can follow up quickly. If enemy supports have ultimates, you want to avoid opening fights with your ult unless someone is out of position. One pick in survival is always better than overcommitting and dying. Let's talk about matchups and synergies. This is a little bit more of the bigger macro idea. For your hard matchups, you have characters like Emma Frost, Magneto, The Thing, long-range duelists like Hela, Phoenix, and of course, very skilled flyers. But for the most part, in Season 6, you don't really have to worry about flyers. They're not the biggest issue in the world, but it is just something to keep in mind. Now, in terms of the characters you typically want to synergize with, it's going to be your shield tanks. Think about Doctor Strange, Emma, Magneto are all extremely well. Groot can also set you up with some free hook setups. You also have Punisher for some more frontline pressure. Luna Snow and Loki are also great ideas. Your probably more favorable matchups are shieldless tanks like Thor, Hulk, Penny, Thing, and so on. And you'll also have characters like divers like Black Panther and Loki with easy ult resets. For this final takeaway before we dive into combos and gameplay examples, is Bucky rewards discipline, patience, and timing. If you take one thing from this guide, it's get a pick, live, and keep creating pressure. That's how you truly and honestly carry on Bucky. The whole idea with Bucky is to hook someone into your team, knock them up, and displace them. Hook. Sometimes you can trick it. What I like to do is go for a hook, drag in, go behind them, knock up. It's a quick and simple combo. Pretty self-explanatory of the whole process and idea of just going for the hook, going behind them, shifting into your team with them. This allows to knock up, displacement, and it grounds them for a little bit, all very good. You can also add to the combo, knocking up. You can also add a tainted voltage if there's some type of flyer trying to get away or anything like that. Basically, what you want to do is just always weave shots in and out as well. Come back here. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is When you hook somebody into you, sometimes when you shoot, it's not going to give you a headshot. The best way I've found out playing this character for many hours is to hook and then add a jump and shoot down onto them. Because like I said, sometimes you hook in, it's not a guaranteed headshot, so it's just better to do it this way, is just get the jump in. Now, if you feel like you're gonna die, like you're gonna take a ton of HP, and you have your shift and your E ability ready to go, instead of just tapping shift you get 325 HP, you can actually E shift together. Now, this allows you to get a huge burst of damage, or not damage, but HP. Now I'm at 365. If you need that huge burst, you're about to die, you have the extra tainted voltage. You want the animation of the E starting to throw out, and then shift, and you get the double healing, or the double overshield, whatever you want to describe it as. So, pretty good idea to do this if you find yourself in any of those situations. This can also be applied with the E right click. You can also do it like that if you need a huge burst of HP, but you are using your 12-second cooldown hook, which is a big thing, so that is something to keep in mind.
Here they come.
Now we're going to go ahead and end this video with some clips and little gameplay snippets. But like I said, if you found this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, or you want to see any more of these hero guys, make sure to hit the like button, and of course subscribe to the channel if you're new and you find yourself coming back on it regular. We are going for the big goal of 100k subs. If we could hit that, that would be insane. But anyways, I hope you have a great and safe day, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Nice, dude. The runes are so good, dude. Loki's so fucking strong.
Armed and again.
No.
Again. Again. Again.
Come back, come back, come back. Wait, there's one missing somewhere.
Come back here. Always glad to help, partner.
So that character,
You best check this out.
the fact that character lives for that long is insane, by the way.
Not so fast. Target neutralized. We need to block their path.
Triple KO.
Save for me.